Right, so what it is I'm in the mouth. Either side of me is a bank, and it drops down to about waist deep water. Now the water from the sea is coming in over those banks. Oh, how's that beautiful sunset happening in the background. It's coming in over the banks in the mouth, and what I'm doing is I'm just putting a little 3/8 bucktail onto the bank. It's probably about ankle deep there, and letting it just fall down into the main channel. And guys, if you can find them in these conditions, they are absolutely great fun to catch. Nothing smacks a lure like a Bartail Flathead. And if the Australians can make an entire industry out of it, start having fun with them. Right, and there we go. We'll call this one Bartail on a Bucktail. Just got this nice Bartail in the mouth at Gamtoos on a Trophy Tails Olive and White Bucktail. Let's get the hook out, get him back in the water, try and get another one. Tough times on Gamtoos, boys. There's a lot of baitfish coming off these banks over here. There isn't a lot of mullet now. I just had a chap come in, they're busy surf fishing. They've come in looking for some more mullet. He's been throwing for about half an hour, he's got one. But what they are of is a lot of these little baitfish. The little birds were diving here earlier. They tend to have pushed off now, but these baitfish have poured over these banks and are just lying in this knee to waist deep water. And I think that's what the bartails have come in to eat. Whoop, one just goes right under the boat there. You can actually see them here. It's almost sight fishing in many respects. Guys, have a look at that sunset in the background. Favorite times of the year. I'm gonna have to start the motor here just to get around the corner. Otherwise we'll be taken over the very shallow banks, and it's not a big tide today. The last thing I want to do is get my boat stranded. Yeah, let's get going. I'll push myself right up against the bank, and then hopefully with the small incoming tide it'll take us around the sweep. Oh, very shallow there, very shallow. See, there are a few mullet here on the drop off. Right, see if we can go down the sweep here. The channel is so narrow here, there's got to be a little bartail hiding in here. Let's get the old eyes on. Alright, so it's not very deep, as I said, it's about waist deep. I'm on a little 3/8 Olive and White Bucktail, commonly known as the Gamtoos Killer. I'm just bouncing that off the bottom here, just bouncing it off the bottom. Ah, beautiful little eagle ray coming under the boat. In fact, two little eagle rays coming under the boat now. Right, let's get a cast into that corner, onto the bank. Perfect. I'll just drop it off into the main channel. Just lightly bounce it off the bottom. Oh, there was a take. There was a tag underneath. Oh goodness, here comes the bank again. Man, these Bartail Flatheads are such fun. When you get them in the right moods in the river mouths, any lure that you throw, guys, and you're onto them. Today I'm just popping them on Trophy Tails, Bucktails. It's my second or third one now. I think it's the third one, and I've had one off one. I'm literally in knee-deep water, guys, just coming out of the mouth. Nice little Bartail Flathead. Enough to keep the Aussies excited, at least. Right, guys, Bartail actually have a handle. You've got to be careful with these fish. They are pretty well armed. On their first gill raker, they have these wonderful spikes, chaps, either side of the head. And if these guys get hold of you guys, it's stitches material. But like every fish, they've got a handlebar. Now he'll probably jump a bit, but on his stomach over here, on either side of his pectoral fins, you use your thumb and forefinger, and you just hold him on that butterfly. And when you grip him there, he goes absolutely soft in your hands. No more struggling, no more fighting. If you turn him over, it gives you the opportunity to pose with a bartail and get one of those lacquer pictures, just like that. Chaps, Trophy Tails, Bucktails, I'm just drifting down the mouth in Gamtoos. It's my second one now, having great fun. Let's get this guy back in the water. He's been holding his breath long enough. Tough times on Gamtoos, guys. I'm loving it. Right, guys, I'm actually going to go around the corner. It's just so narrow here, and we've got a west wind blowing, so it's blowing me along with the current onto the bank, and it's only about 5 meters wide on this channel. I've got the bump over here literally in probably knee-deep water. I'm going to push myself right into this corner up in front here, and then see if I can get a long drift down this bank with the currents, and hopefully we'll pick up a few more bartails down there. As I said, guys, this is great bread and butter fishing. When these fish are on the bite, you can have heaps of fun. Say what you want, but nothing smacks a lure quite as hard as a Bartail Flathead. Let's see if we can find one on this bank over here. I was so certain there'd be one living there. Right, let's get it back onto that bank. There has to be a little bartail there. Right, let's get it in there. Perfect. Perfect. Well, I think I'm going to call it quits. Call it quits for the bartails for now. Probably got about an hour left of sunlight. I'm going to use that hour wisely and see if I can go and find a little cobby. Is deep tide. The river hasn't been exciting recently, but I had a dream this morning. They say a man that has a dream has a mission. A man that has a mission has a purpose. So let me see if I can go and find a cobby. Last cast.